Merhaba arkadaşlar. Evet, devam edelim hemen. Kingdomcomedeliverance'da en son Talmberg'e gelmiştik. Orada şimdi Sir Robart'ı bulmamız lazım. Bizi iyileştiren, daha doğrusu okumuzu çıkartan adama. Yola koyulalım.
Oh God.
Sir Robert, nasılsınız?
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
I have to eat something.
I heard.
My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a
Milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robart. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Cidden.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Karnımız kazınmış.
Please tell me what happened in Skalitz. I have a kin there.
It was a fine sunny day until Sigismund came with his army. I saw him sitting there with his red beard and proud posture as he gave the signal to attack.
Oh no.
Hangisi daha yüksekse onu konuşturuyoruz. Kral, yapacak bir şey yok. Kıyım başladı. Yani. Kalenin içine girmeyi başaramadı.
I ran to the castle for shelter with the others. Behind me I could hear the shouts of the attackers and the screams of the wounded. Then I turned and saw father trying to save mother. They were both killed. The gate was closed by then. The men on the battlements were calling to me to run and warn you here. And with God's help I made it.
My God, that's horrible. You were lucky to survive. And our thanks for warning us. I'll pray that you see better times.
Teşekkür ederiz.
I hear you came from Skalitz
Açlıktan ölmek
today.
üzereyiz, fark ettik.
It must have been terrible there. How did it happen?
Daha yapmamıştı ama yedik ya. Skalitz hakkında konuşmak istemiyorum. Çok kötü. Herkes katlettiler onu.
I can tell you what happened, but I don't understand why. We were just going about our usual business when the soldiers came and began their slaughter. Anyone who couldn't flee to the castle was cut down. They destroyed everything. It's a miracle I escaped with my life.
Bayağı umut verdik ha. Yani bu kadar umut fazla. Neyse. O şarabımız da var. Şarabın ne etkisi var normalde ama bilmiyorum, bakalım bir. Şunları bir lootlayalım da lazım olacak ileride. Ya da satarız tüccara. Böylelikle birazcık paramız olmuş olur en azından. Arkadaşlar hayat acımasız. O yüzden bulabildiğiniz ücretsiz şeyleri alacaksınız yani. Yapacak bir şey yok. Biraz soymaktansa böyle bir şeyler yapalım bence. Güzel hata. Lady Divish miydi? Herkesin kendi odası var. Burası bizim odamız. Evet, burası bizim. Bu kadar. Bence gayet güzel bir oda yani. Tek başına oturabiliyorsun. Dışarı bakıyorsun kim gelmiş diye. Bayağı güzel. Evet. Sonra ne yapacağız? Arka aldıklarım işlemeden tekleyip sabaha kadar orada uyuyacağız. Uyuyalım da. Ve ilk önce yemek yememizi arttırmamız lazım. Neyse uyuyalım. Şuraya kadar uyumamız isteniyor diyeceğim. Bunlar öylesine konmuş gibi duruyor. Şu besin işini de halletsek iyiydi ya. Şöyle tavuk var. Tavuklardan yesek. Elmaları bir süpürelim mi? Peynir at. Nerede bakalım? Besin 41 diyor. Mercimeği yedik. Ekmek var, ekmek. Doyurur bizi. Bu kadar yeter yani. Sonrasını satarız. Uyuyalım şimdilik. Sabah görüşeceğiz. İnşallah sabah kaçta olsun? Saat 6 gibi uyanırız diye düşünüyorum. Canımız zaten varsa takatımız birazcık olsun yeter ya. Bence hava da aydınlanmış olsun. Şu saat yeter. Bakalım.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
Come on in.
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Aydın bir kimseye benziyor vallahi bize göre.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Bakalım yine altılık olan veya üçlük olan. Bir konuşmamızı da verin.
I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. I looked towards the tavern and saw a group of Cumans chasing down my Bianca, murdering her for sport. There was nothing I could do to help her.
You mustn't blame yourself. She's with the Lord now.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Bakalım şunları söyleyebiliriz. Bir at bulmam gerekiyor. Skalitz kısaltması. Köyü kumanlar köyü yağmur.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king, and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true.
Öyle zaten.
But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Help us, son. Don't be a coward. Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Grup nasıl gelmiş ki? Lan masadan meşaleyi almayı unutmayın. Şunu elimize verseniz uğraştırırız. Aynen. Hindistan'da zaten biraz daha ilerideymiş, 105 Robert.
Fight for man, all will live well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robart?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storming of the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people.
Güzel bir yer.
If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir...
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now!
Gece 2 sularında galiba bu yaşanıyor. Öyle.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the scout. They've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Understood, sir. Acaba hiç sormasak olmuyor. Hiç nöbet tutasım yok, biliyor musun?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes. Yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements, my men?
Is that a request or an order?
Order.
I'd rather it was a request you answered yesterday.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Take care.
Seslerden
Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Bakalım. Aynen. Yapacak bir şey yok. Nöbet tutacağız. Arkadaşlar yaptığımız o konuşmadan sonra anladınız ki Skalitz'e tekrar gidemeyeceğiz. Gidebilmemiz için buradaki askerler gibi gitmemiz gerekecek. O yüzden bizim bir soygun yapmamız lazım ama maymuncuğumuz yok, yapamayız. Böyle gelişecek. Annemiz ve babamız geldi kalmayacak. Köpekler tarafından leşleri getirmesin diye. Onları kurtarıp rahat rahat.
Wandering around like a stray sheep must be your first watch, eh?
Yes.
I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will.
Tamam. Bunu ben tutmayacağım. Arkadaş sağ ol. Yardımcı olacağım. Sabah kadar bekleyelim. Sabah bekleyelim. Arkadaşlar zaman otururken hızlı geçiyor, uyurken hızlı geçiyor zaten, görüyoruz. Ayrıca otururken kitap falan da okuyabiliyorsunuz, gayet iyi. Şu an sabah olmasını bekleyeceğiz. Yani sabah olsun sonra, çünkü gerçekten uzun sürüyor. Sabah olduktan sonra devam ederiz sizinle. Kesiyorum. Sabaha kadar beklemişiz. Gayet başarılı. Ne oldu? Ne oluyor lan?
Gonna end up like Skalitz.
Holy Mary, Mother of God,
Ulak gönderecekler inşallah saldırmazlar.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robart. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Çünkü kendisi direkt ulakla geldi yani.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Sakin ol oğlum, kendini öldüreceksin ya.
You wanna end up
Öldüreceksin
like them?
birlikte.
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sonrasında Skalitz'den, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sonrasında Skalitz'den is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Yes.
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ben size dedim bunlar Avrupalı diye. Auf Wiedersehen yani doğuş. Yukarılardan geliyorlar. Biz de İngiltere'deyiz galiba. İşte Sigismund o kızıl saçlı olmuş.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robart.
Kafamı alıyorlar. Çok karizmatik adam şu Keloğlan ya. Hemen devam edelim. Lan! Lan! Oğlum meşaleyi ne yapacaksın? Bırak şunu ya. Bunu alabiliyoruz mu? Neyse. Sör Robart nerede? Robart burada. Çaktırmayın, öyle tekme falan atmaya çalışmadım lütfen. Şimdi Sir Robart'la konuşmamız lazım. Başka bir şey yok herhalde burada yapacağımız. Arkadaşlar bu arada gelen ilgileriniz için teşekkür ederim yani. 8 like bence büyük bir başarı ilk videoya göre. 26 görüntülenme var. İzlenme düşük olsa da yani kaç dakika izlendiği falan düşük olsa da bence güzel yani yeterli. Çok da şey değil yani. Tabi bir saat ben izledim. Orası ayrı da.
My respects to you.
Skalitz'e gitmeliyim. Neden yağmaladığını, neyin peşinde, komandan ne biliyorsunuz? Evet, ilk önce en sondan başlayalım.
Where did these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Ve para için askerlik yapıyorlar. Kumanları bilmiyorum.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Kuttenberg'de ne oldu?
Kuttenberg? Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed. But it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad. These are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Ganimet için değil. Şimdi orduların oradaki avarları için beslemek için de değil. İsrail'den lordlardan korkuyorlardı. Stratejik konum güçlü var. Yeah,
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his conquest of the Bohemian territories?
That's part of it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
Kumanlar hakkında ne biliyorsunuz? Kumanlar arkadaşlar galiba Kıpçak Türkleriyle bir bağ içerisindeymiş. Kuman Kıpçak Birliği falan. Türklük de ilgili birazcık. Kıpçak Türkleriyle ilgili.
Where did these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary.
Yanlış tuşa basmıştım da. Şimdi Skalitz'e neden
So Robart, I
gitmeyiz?
need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Arkadaşlar, en yüksek kozumuzu deneyeceğiz. Başka bir şansımız yok. Hazır mısınız? Yoksa boş mu versek? Büyük ihtimal kaybedeceğiz.
So Robart, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Ayıp ya. İtibar kaybetmeyecektik. Ben şu itibar kaybetmekten nefret ediyorum ya. Çok önemli bir şey itibar.
It'll replace. Well, at least the rest of the house is all right. Only that fucking
Bu kim lan? Motova.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Ondan.
Can we trade?
Yapalım mı?
If you've got the coin.
May the Lord watch over you.
Daha çok satmayı düşünüyorum. Ada çayımız var. İşte ben böyle bitkiler satıyordum işte 0-1 tanesi de neyse. Fırında tavuk 3-2 diyorsun. Al bakalım. Lahana. At. Peynir. At. Şarap. At. Satın almak istediğim şey ne? Evet. Bir tane maymuncuk lazım bize. Sonra başka bir şey lazım mı? Başka bir şey lazım mı? Güzel, böyle güzel. Böyle güzeliz. Pazarlık yapalım birazdan.
Let's have a word about... Naturally.
Naturally. Hocam 2 ver bana.
See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
İtibar kaybetmek istemiyorum. O yüzden çok fazla şey yapmayacağım. Ben ekstra 2 dolar mı verdim yoksa 2 dolar mı aldım? Evet, en çok şeyi ben sattığıma göre. Ha tamam. Var ya. Ulan nasıl kaçacağız buradan? Şu an haritada bir şey de göstermiyor. Tüccarı bulduk, o tüccarmış, tamam. Haritadan çıkmamız lazım arkadaşlar. Nasıl başaracağımızı bilmiyorum. Lady'yi bulsak da Lady ile mi bulsak diye düşünüyorum. Atçı mısın lan sen? Ağır sorumlusun. Lady, where are you? Ne var you? My lady uyuyormuş lan. Arkadaşlar bu maymuncuğu neden aldık? Normalde yapmazdım ama kaçmamız lazım buradan. Kilit çok zor. Evet, kolay bile zor bize arkadaşlar. Ay ay ay. Oğlum buraları hatırlıyorum da ben burada çok gezdim ya. Bir daha gezmek istemiyorum, ne uğraşacağım. Maymuncuğu kırmadıysak sıkıntı yok. Ne demek gizli bir bölgedesin? Şu aşağı bir inelim. Lan uyuma. Manyak herif. Yakalanacağız. Şakasın. Ha tamam, in bakalım. Uyuyan kimse yoksa sıkıntı yok. Şimdi arkadaşlar alabildiğimiz kadar eşya alacağız, para biriktireceğiz. Bir de para biriktireceğiz. Evet, çok farklı şeyler söylediğimi biliyorum. Ama yapacak bir şeyimiz yok. Para biriktireceğiz ve para biriktireceğiz. Ayrıyeten bize bir zırh lazım. Buradaki askerler gibi gözükmemiz lazım.
No sign of it.
Yukarıda biri var galiba. Hocam çıkar mısın oradan? Git daha kardeşim, git ya. Bu arada arkadaşlar yine bir saate yaklaşmışız ki fark etmedim bu kadar zaman geçti. Çayım da bitmiş.
Hey, you've no business here. Clear off or you'll be sorry.
Okay.
What's up?
Hocam başlayacağım ya. Ne yapacağız o zaman biz? Pray edebiliyoruz mu? Pray. Dua edebiliyoruz mu? Oturacak olan şey yok. Evet. Of arkadaşlar. Galiba burada bitireceğiz. Yani öyle gözüküyor. Yapacak bir şeyimiz yok çünkü daha fazla. Arkadaşlar ben kitapları alacağım. Kusura bakmasın kimse. kitapları seviyorum.
Mother of God! Look out. Can I do anything to help? What do you want here? Hop it, or I'll call a guard.
Bir şey söyleyeceğim de. Neyse arkadaşlar. Galiba bugünlük bu kadar. Yani öyle gözüküyor. Yapacak çok bir şeyimiz yok. Yapacağımız şeyleri açıklayalım. Şuradan kılık kıyafetimizi değiştireceğiz. Ve sonra gideceğiz. Okları al. Al al al al. Al lazım olur al. Büyük ihtimal ok kullanmayacağım ama.
You! What the hell are you fooling around here for? Be off right now!
Tamam. Evet arkadaşlar bugünlük burada bitirelim. Sonra diğer videoda devam ederiz, buradan kaçarız. Evet arkadaşlar. Kendinize iyi bakın. Sonraki videoda görüşürüz. Bizim peşimizden gelmiş asker. Öyle işte, görüşürüz.